Part 9. Salience. Salience can be defined as a story that an area of life is important and worthy of consideration. One genre which is particularly powerful in giving salience to nature is new nature writing, a contemporary form of British nature writing which shows awareness of environmental and conservation issues. One of the devices which builds up salience is pronouns, where animals are referred to as he or she rather than it, and with the pronoun who rather than which.
Esther Wolfson. Whatever he was, this bird was beautiful. His new fresh feathers were lavender and navy, shading to a fine line of black towards the tips of his wings, his eyes bright and watching.
In new nature writing, animals are often represented as agents of material processes. Agents are the active participants, and material processes are processes where they are actually doing something in the world. In this extract from Richard Mabey's Nature Cure, there are 15 material processes where the birds, which are kites, are the active agents of lifting, flexing, soaring, gliding, riding, sliding. This represents them as beings actively engaged in living their lives for their own purposes, giving them strong salience. There are different levels of abstraction that can be used. We can talk about otters, mammals, fauna, or biological resources. New nature writing books frequently talk about animals at the basic level, which is the level that it's easiest to imagine them at. It's far easier to get an image in our minds of an otter than fauna. A sense image is where the author describes exactly what an observer would see, hear, smell, touch, or taste, rather than giving objective facts about what is there.
In this example, William Fiennes writes, "Deer bounded along the stubble edge as geese returned to their roosts from grain fields, smudges and specks of geese above the low sun." The expression smudges and specks of geese above the low sun is what readers would see if they looked into the sky themselves. This conveys a vivid image and makes the geese salient in the reader's minds.
Finally, there is also visual salience. Kathleen Jamie gives a peregrine salience in her words using a sense image. He flew in an easy loop, and when the sunlight glanced his undersides, they were pale and banded like rippled sycamore. The cover of the book reflects this perfectly, giving the peregrine salience through being in the central position in the foreground against a plain background and the only animal present. The story behind this kind of language is that animals and plants are important in themselves, and it could encourage us to care and protect the natural world.